Hello and welcome back! Thus far, I've taught you the basic concepts of conditionals, loops and greedy methods for developing algorithms. I've also taught you how to express the main idea of the algorithm into pseudocode. This was an important stepping stone for what we'll be doing today. In this lecture, we'll finally get our hands all messy and dirty with actual coding. Now, don't worry, I know programming can seem very daunting, so we'll take it nice and slow, alright? Now, we'll learn how to code using VBA on Microsoft Excel. VBA is short for Visual Basic for Applications. It's very powerful and you can also use it in Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. Now, you might be wondering, why VBA? Well, VBA is one of the easiest languages to get into. Once you understand the various algorithmic concepts and how coding works, it's actually very easy to pick up another coding language. Let me begin by first introducing you to an important theoretical concept in VBA. It's known as Object-Oriented Programming, or OOP, which Microsoft Excel uses. The idea behind OOP is that we can treat a bunch of things as objects. Objects have their own inherent attributes or variables, and they also have their own built-in methods or functions or procedures. Now, here's a hypothetical example to help you make sense of OOP. Consider this cup. We have cups of all kinds of shapes and sizes, but most cups are somewhat similar to each other, right? So let's say we have a class of objects called cup. A class is merely a template for creating actual cup objects. So let's create a cup object. Let's name this object coffee mug. Remember, cup is just a template. Coffee mug is an actual object with several attributes like this. Color is white, max capacity 200 ml, material ceramic. These are but some of the basic attributes of the coffee mug. Now, the good thing about OOP is we don't need to just store information about the coffee mug's own attributes. The object itself can store other information or attributes related to its own purpose or function. For example, I can have current content of mug is coffee. The remaining volume of liquid is 100 ml. So we have a coffee mug object that contains coffee, no surprises there, that is half full. Let's say I forgot the color of my coffee mug. I can check by asking what is the value of coffee mug.color. Notice how I've called it using the following convention: object name dot attribute name. What it simply means is that I'm referring to the attribute name belonging to the object. This is very important because we'll be making references to many different attributes belonging to a variety of objects later on. So let me just repeat this one more time. When we say object name dot attribute name, we're referring to the attribute name belonging to that object. I should add that this way of referring to an object's attributes is one of the greatest features of OOP. When you have so much information stored in so many places, it's so easy to forget the name of the variable you're using. It certainly becomes a lot easier when you can have variables filed within the object itself. It's a very neat way of structuring information. Now, for the sake of discussion, let's now imagine that we have another cup object named milk tea cup. My TA drank my milk tea, so
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so milk tea cup has the following attributes: color, transparent, max capacity 300 ml, material, plastic, current content of mug, milk tea, remaining volume of liquid, well, it's supposed to be 250 ml, but my TA drank, so I guess this is like what, 5 ml? Now, I can check the contents of the two cup objects just by invoking coffee mug.current content of mug and milk tea cup.current content of mug. Cool, right? The name of the attribute remains the same regardless of the object's name, as long as they belong to the same object class, that is the template. So far, I've talked about the object's attributes. With OOP, every object can have its own built-in operations or functions. We call them by a special name, methods. So, what are the things that we can do with cups? Well, for starters, we can empty the cup and we can refill the cup. So let's pretend that our class of cup objects will have those methods: empty and refill. Now, notice how we use parentheses, brackets, to distinguish methods from attributes. So if we're trying to empty or refill the object, coffee mug will need to invoke coffee mug.empty and coffee mug.refill. Let's closely examine how these two methods work. Coffee mug.empty will change coffee mug.remaining volume of liquid to 0, while coffee mug.refill will set coffee mug.remaining volume of liquid to have the same value as coffee mug.max capacity, that is to set it to 100%. Similarly, because milk teacup shares the same cup class, the template, as coffee mug, milk teacup will also have the same two built-in methods, milk teacup.empty and milk teacup.refill, that will perform the exact same actions. Now, to make life easier for you, Microsoft Excel will remember all the attributes and all the methods of the objects for you. Once you've typed the object's name followed by a dot, a menu of all the object's attributes and methods will show up. Now, let's make things more interesting, shall we? In OOP, we can have objects embedded within objects. Whoa, that sounds insane, man, but it's a pretty common occurrence even in daily life. Think about it. A cookie is an object, so too is a chocolate chip. A chocolate chip cookie is a cookie object with many chocolate chip objects inside. Whoa, right? Objectception, man. So, have you encountered one of those all-in-one printers? It's a printer and a scanner and a photocopier all built into a single device. Now, let's say we have an object called AIO, all-in-one, yeah? The AIO can have three embedded objects: AIO.printer, AIO.scanner, and AIO.photocopier. Needless to say, AIO.scanner object can AIO.scanner.scan objects, and the AIO.printer object can AIO.printer.print documents. Now, let's think about the AIO.photocopier object. What is it really? A photocopier is one that just scans and prints. So I can define AIO.photocopier.photocopy. I can define this method to combine both the operations of the AIO.printer and the AIO.scanner together. Whoa, Objectception, right? Now, if you are one of those people that likes things to be neat and tidy, oh, I think you love object-oriented programming. Now that I've explained this important theoretical concept, I think we're ready to learn VBA.